everyone, welcome to Weekend Box Office where Batman has the open. Oh, this number is really very impressive. Looks like the worldwide market. This movie has grabbed $248 million. Domestic it made $128 million. These are just estimate as of now. It could go to, I was reading the article from the Deadline. They are projecting if like more people go out to see this movie, it could go to $130 million for the domestic number. Overall, looks like this movie made $248 million. So this movie came out during the weekend, and I was reading all people's overall. I feel like this movie, the number you were saying, I was personally thinking maybe it will open a little bit bigger because this Batman name is such a huge brand worldwide. I wouldn't say this number is like huge in my opinion. I think, but over the weekend, like the next couple of days, I could see this movie reach 300 million quickly than we thought. Because many people during the pandemic time, they actually don't like going to theater right away because the theaters are full on opening weekend. That means I see many people are actually complaining because this movie is 3 hours long, so you do have to make time to go see this movie. And this movie is overall, the reason for this movie to be 3 hours long, I was reading the explanation from the one of the CEO, Emmerich, and he said like this movie did test screening for this movie many times. They said every time they did test screening, like they did try to cut down this movie to 2 hours and 20 minutes. But every time they did this test screening, people didn't like this movie. So they had to keep this movie 3 hours long because that is the story overall, how it's all come together. Because this is a detective story. When you watch this movie, it is a slow burn because the type of this movie is, nevertheless, I think it's very brave from Warner Brothers to taking this step, to making this movie 3 hours long, on top of it, making so little darker tone this movie if you compare with other comic book movie. It looks like people are really liking this movie. So this box office number may not be as impressive as I hope, but it's not bad either, honestly. It's very good number because it's a DC movie. They'd make their money slowly, not like right away, like Marvel movie. How Marvel movie they open big in the opening weekend. This movie, other hand, even Aquaman made $1 billion. It opened only $65 million, if I'm not wrong. But that was Christmas time. But this is a springtime, so people, I feel like you will see this number rise quickly by next weekend. If this movie drop a big number next weekend, which I don't hope so, because I don't think so, because of the word of mouth for this movie is really high. There is some negative review I do see out there for this movie, but these people mainly they're saying they didn't like this movie because not the movie wasn't good. They didn't like it because it was so long, and they felt like it was dragged some places. So it's not gonna. I feel like it's not. This movie's like word of mouth will not like drop because overall the audience are really liking it. Because it's a Batman movie, it's like huge deal. It is for Warner Brothers. Of course, they try to protect Batman brand as much that they can. And this movie proves to be, because this movie, when I was reading this article, if you want to read it by Deadline, it says, initially when Matt Reeves, he bought this movie to them. That is his idea, was detective Batman movie. I guess he bought to them and they were like, oh, that was his pitch. I guess his pitch got approved. And I was like, ooh, very interesting, and I'm glad that they let Matt Reeves make his movie. That means when I saw this movie, I don't know, for some reason they can easily connect this movie with the Joker world and make a sequel for this movie, with Joker. That is what I would love to see, because I hope this movie make $1 billion. At this point, I don't know it will be making $1 billion or not. We'll see next week. Because next weekend, how much this movie can grab. Overall, I do feel like this movie will do great at the domestic box office. Again, because we are during the pandemic time, many people actually don't go out to, they don't rush to see this movies right away. You can see Spider-Man No Way Home, it's still grabbing money. People who saw the trailer for this movie, they will definitely go out to see the new Batman movie. Just wait and see. Next weekend it will be a huge number again. Anyway, that's my thought on this weekend box office. Very exciting. Let me know in the comment what do you think about this number, and if you enjoyed this video, don't forget to check out my other videos. If you enjoyed this, please subscribe. Until I see you next time, please take care.